Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. All right, let me take a look at what we got going on in chat here as we dive into the game. Michael Linsenmeyer, Radu, no, Larry, welcome back to the channel. Factory Guy, welcome to the channel. Okay, so right off the bat, you guys can see that I've got some mods installed. The grass looks a little bit different here. And this is part of the Eve mod. I've got quite a few mods installed. And this one you can kind of configure a little bit. If you hit Alt-0, you can bring up the Eve editor and kind of toggle around through the stuff that you can do. I'm going to leave everything on what I got from the defaults here. And we're going to go straight into the tracking station and head up to the heavy lifter ship, which is currently in orbit around Duna. So the first thing we're doing is getting these guys home. And here you can see the new texture map for Duna, as well as the some of the planet shine stuff. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see the models are a little different as well. Not too different. Excuse me. But the mods that I installed also added a bunch of new parts. Things like the engine plates and a couple other things. Also have distant objects, so you can see Ike pretty clearly there. And we've got an atmosphere scatterer, which we'll see more clearly. We'll see some clouds when we get back to Kerbin. So we're full up on fuel here. We did that last time. And we are going to plot a course to get ourselves back to Kerbin. So the first thing we need to do is get our window up. You can also see over here, I've got some new menus. So this one is a toolbar menu that kind of works with all the other mods. Then we've got better time warp, so we can adjust the way time warp works. This can get up to 1 million on 5 warp, and then I think even more on hyper warp, but I'm not sure I want to mess around with that. I've got this planet shine mod. That's some of what you're seeing here on the edge of Duna. And then there's some other things. Waterfall effects has something to do with, I believe, the way the engine plumes work. So you're going to see different engine plumes as well. And then this one is the distant object enhancement setting. I also found something out yesterday. So if I set the... Where'd the ship go? If I set my ship over here, if I go to the map view and set... Let me zoom in a little bit. If I set the heavy lifter as the target, I guess I can't do that when we're this close. But basically, there's an F4 toggle that turns that green reticle that I was looking for last time on and off. And somehow, some way, I had pressed it, which turned it off. And you can get it back with the F4 key, so you can toggle that. Anyway, the first thing we need to do here is get to our window. So let's create an alarm for a planetary transfer window from Duna to Kerbin. That's going to be in year 17, day 312, so not that far away. Duna to Kerbin. Let's go ahead and add an alarm, and let's warp there. And before we do, I'm going to zoom out a bit. I'm going to zoom out in the map view here so that we get the larger set. And I'm going to change the warp type from the standard warp to the... can I move this? I guess I can't. I'm going to change it to the 5 warp. So the new time warp rates are 5 warp, and when you do that, if you look at these, now we have 5x, 10x, 50, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000. But if we actually invoke the warp, this is going to go to 1 million. So it changes the scale. Like this interface doesn't show the changes, but it does change the scale. So we should get up to 1 million here and go through this very quickly. So let's go ahead and warp next. I guess it's sticking to 10,000 here because it's not that far away, but we should be able to go up quite a bit more. Cannot warp faster than 1,000. Okay, so I guess because we're in orbit, it won't go that far. So that's troubling. That's going to take quite a while. Hang on. What did it say? PE below 50,000. All right, so let's cancel out of this. Let's go back and adjust our periapsis to be a little bit higher of a circular orbit around Duna here. Right now, it's right at 50,000. So we'll just come up to our AP, which is 53, and juice it just a little bit. Let's warp to the maneuver. Let's see. Yeah, Michael has a stream both on YouTube and Twitch, I believe. And if you click his name, you can get to his YouTube channel. And I think he's got a link to his Twitch there. Let me check this now. Let me set this. No, let me. Can I click on the shifter? The ship? No. All right. Well, let's just go prograde a little bit. And let's boost our PE just a skosh here. So right around here should be fine. Are my engines on? Yes, okay. We're facing prograde. They're at 100%. All right, so let's juice it a little bit. There we go. Now our APO is up at 60. There we go. So we should now be able to boost a little bit faster. Let's go back into the map view here. And again, you can see we've got kind of a much more interesting map of Duna at the moment. It's got some clouds for its atmosphere. Some cool stuff here. Let's zoom back out. And let's try to warp again. Yeah, there we go. That's a million, baby. So just like that, a year flies by. And we're ready to go. Okay. So, our transfer window is now open. Seems like we're too far away now for our relay to reach. We're across the other side of the sun, but that's understandable. We do have full crew control, of course, because we have a crewed mission here. Let's zoom in a little bit. And let's get started on a burn. Now, Ike's on the wrong side, so we're not going to be able to use him for a gravity assist. Let's just add a maneuver and start plotting it. So let's see where our escape direction is. So that's not quite right. Let's move it around so it's parallel to Duna's orbit. Like that. That looks pretty good. We can tweak that a little bit in the graphical editor. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then let's see what we need to do to get home. Let's go ahead and crank up the PE a little bit. See if we can find an encounter here. Oh, I should set my target. And I guess here we start trying to find our encounter. Okay, so that's going to have our closest approach on the other side. I'm a little confused. I thought the way that this transfer window worked, it would get us aiming towards you know, an intercept here. So why is that wrong? Did the transfer window work? Or maybe it's not as good as I thought in game. Planetary transfer window from Duna to Kerbin. That's what I did. So it's got Duna here and Kerbin on the other side of the solar system. Maybe we're using too much fuel here. Let's back up a little bit. Can't really see. Is Kerbin at 60 coming up behind Duna? No. So at the moment, here's Duna, and here's Kerbin. It's literally on the other side of the planet, or the other side of the sun. So I wonder if this in-game planner is any good, or if there's a problem with it. Let's add a maneuver here, one orbit later. Zoom out. So it seems like it wants us to kind of meet over here, like after a full... Okay, hold on. How are we going to pull our periapsis in and meet Kerbin? That's 180 out. Yeah, okay, hang on. Let's do this. Let's load the save. Let's load the stream save back up. Let's try the other window, because that seems like I don't know, something about the in-game calculator, it's not helping me out here. Kerbin is faster, it will catch up to us, but not that much. You have to prograde along the orbital line of Duna, but towards Kerbin. Well, no, we want to go inwards, so we want to go prograde against the orbital line of Duna, or retrograde along it. Right? Let me go see if I can get the other planner that I found online. Maybe that one's going to be more useful. Let's see, KSP orbital transfer calculator. From Duna to Kerbin. Parking orbit, like 55. Okay. So, if I show you guys what I'm looking at here, this is very different, right? This is saying that we want Kerbin to be 75 degrees behind Duna. And I'm not sure why the in-game calculator is doing that. Where's the other one? KSP transfer window planner. Yeah, okay, so we're going from Duna at 55 kilometers to Kerbin at 100 kilometers. Earliest departure is, let me see where I am right now. Year 17, day 22. Year 17, day 22. I guess mid-course plane change is fine. Let's plot it. So this says year 18, day 210. Year 18, day 210, which is not what the in-game planner is giving me. So let me create an alarm. If I go from Planetary transfer window from Duna to Kerbin. Cancel. Hang on, I need to switch to the other ship. So planetary transfer window. Let me go back to the game, because I've realized now that I've forgotten to switch back. Okay, so planetary transfer window from starting body Duna, destination body Kerbin. It says year 17, day 312. But the website says year 18, day 210. So I'm going to go with the website. Let's do year 18, day 210. Manual time alarm. Sphere of influence change. Planetary transfer window. I don't know why the in-game one is so different. Maybe this is the earliest day in the window or something. Alright, well we want year 18, day 210. So that's... one year and 190, 188. All right. So we still need to, we've reloaded the quick save here, so we need to get our periapsis up a bit. Let's do that. Warp here. Let's see. KSP2 graphics still look better, in my opinion, but it's really cold. KSP1, Duna just looks like a red ball. Parallax looks like OSP. The graphics look hot, as in really nice. Your escape line must face back along Duna's orbit line towards Kerbin and prograde burn. Yeah, if you're backwards, if you're facing backwards, then it's prograde. Yeah, I agree. Parallax adds surface features to almost all bodies. All right. So here we are. Let's face prograde and get our periapsis up a little bit. Or I guess we can just look at this. There we go. Now we're above 50, so now we can do our time warp. And so let's quick save here. And let's warp. Now let's warp to what the website is telling us. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so this looks more in line with what you guys were saying, right? So Kerbin's behind us by about 75 degrees. That's kind of what the first website I showed. So before we had it on the other side of the sun. So the in-game planetary transfer window planner, not good. I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. Seems like it doesn't work for whatever reason. So we'll stick with this. This looks much better. Okay. All right. So if I take a look at this, this is telling me my delta V should be plane change is 9 degrees or 9 meters per second. The ejection should be 617. Okay, and the injection angle should be 125 degrees to retrograde. Not exactly sure about all of that. But we're going to put in 617 meters per second on a burn here, and then fiddle with it and see if we can get that to work. Because that's what the website is telling me. So, let's come back in. If you're in planetary orbit, it's always prograde unless you're trying to land. Okay. Let's just do something, I don't know. I guess it probably should be like right here. Let's add a maneuver. And do 617. Let's see what this does for us. That fires us off in kind of the wrong direction. Let's drag that around a bit until it's pointing in the right direction. Now here's another question. Does this show me this is the ejection... As I change this, does the ejection change? Yeah, see it says, okay, so on the site, it says the ejection angle should be 125 degrees to retrograde. So I don't know how that works with this. But this looks roughly correct. Right? That looks basically correct. So that's in 12 minutes. So if we do that burn, where's that going to take us? That's going to have our periapsis here. So I guess the idea is in 273 days, Kerbin will be somewhere around here. But at the moment, I do not have a... I don't have a... Let me set this as my target. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it's very close. It is very close. So we can use this burn, as given us by the website, and just do a mid-course correction to kind of speed up or slow down. Closest approach is 16,000 kilometers. That's pretty close in 290 days. So I guess I could also tweak this now. Let me go to maneuver 1. So target position at closest approach. Let me start kind of like messing with this. 16.6, 172, 151. Yeah, so we were right on the money there. Now, do I want to... Hold on. Wait, is that 16 or is that 160? That's 160. Okay, hold on. 151, 141, 132, 128. Okay, hold on. We're getting somewhere. 100,000. We lost it. So this is at 86,000. There we go. There's an encounter. Wow, right there. Separation 26,000 kilometers or 26. Yeah. Wait, what? Closest approach. 26 million kilometers? That can't be right. No, here we go. That's a subsequent. That's in 2 years. So now we don't want this closest approach pinned anymore. Now we want the periapsis pinned. All right, so this is 54,000 kilometers. 52, 40, 30. Looks like that's about as close as we can get. 31,000 kilometers. So we can do that and then do a mid-course correction burn. All right, so that the in-game transfer planner, not helpful. The out-of-game one, very helpful. So there we go. And this is only going to cost us 620.4 meters per second of DV, and we've got 22 to burn, 2,200 to burn, so we're going to be fine. Okay. The terminology of prograde and retrograde are being used much like port and starboard, relative terms and direction. I understand what you were saying now. Yeah. Whichever way the craft is facing, like along its orbit, well, no, along forward on its orbit is prograde, right? So if I'm on the counter side, if I'm on like the 9 o'clock of the planet, right? My prograde is counter towards, my prograde is going the opposite direction of Duna's orbit. If I'm at 6 o'clock or 3 o'clock, my prograde is exactly parallel to Duna's orbit. And then at 12 and 6, I'd be like, perpendicular. Anyway, we've got our burn planned. Let's zoom in here. This is going to be a 2-minute, 35-second burn with this engine, so we're going to have a fair amount of time to be burning here. The Terrier's just not that strong. Let's quick save now that we've got our maneuver plotted. And let's zoom ahead 8 minutes. Okay. And now we're going to face this. Now, because it's such a long burn, we are going to need to face the maneuver node instead of the prograde node itself. So I'll line up on that as close as I can. Okay. So, in just a few seconds here, we're going to do our burn. Zoom forward. Duna flying away beneath us. Looks pretty good. I like the new... you can actually see a little bit of haze from the atmosphere, too, moving. I do like these new mods. Some of them are pretty cool. One of the things that's really interesting is, and you can't see it on this ship, but there's a lot more of the color variants, so you can kind of color your ships a little bit more interesting. And I've missed my burn window. There you can see the new plumes from Waterfall, the Waterfall mod. They look very different than the defaults. And I really don't even hear anything at all. Let me bump this up a little bit. Where is spacecraft? Let's bump you up just a shade. Anyway, so let's see if we can get these guys home. Radu Jr., Mikey Jr., and Laura, you guys made it to Duna and landed. Did a bunch of science. Can you get home? That's the interesting question. You can also see this engine's been retextured. What else can you see that's new? The I think these got a little bit of a bump. The parachutes. Kids are still happy. You're going to list what mods you're going to keep on the Discord, maybe link to them. Yeah, I could put the list on the Discord. One nice thing about, so I installed all these using CCAN, which is the mod manager. And one nice thing that you can get out of that is a mod list. It can print a mod list for you. Get right in there on that blue dot. Come on. Okay. So yeah, I'll print this mod list. I don't think I'm gonna put too much more in. I just went with like a bunch of recommended visual mods and a few sort of quality of life mods. Okay, so I've got to watch this pretty closely here. We're probably not gonna get the exact amount, but I'd like to get close. CCAN does it all for you. Yeah, exactly. Pandian, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. All right, coming up on the end of our burn here. Don't really have a good map view for this, so I'm just kind of looking at the meter, trying to count down and hit 0 as close as I can. Okay, the maneuver node flew off into the distance, so we're gonna have to do a correction, but that's fine. We should be on target pretty close here. Yeah, we actually still have our encounter, so that's fantastic. Okay. So, what is our ascending node? 1.9. All right. Let's set up. Now that we are going to escape Duna and head home. Fairly soon. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's warp ahead a little bit and just see ourselves on this new... What is this orange line? That's the target position. That's in... That's in 2 years. Yeah, so we don't really care about that. Let's warp forward a little bit. Okay. So we are on this line, right? What is this purple line here? That's a year in advance, right? Yeah, okay. We don't want to go there. We want to go along the blue line here and set ourselves a mid-course correction of some sort. So let's add a maneuver here. And then let's focus in on Kerbin. Focus view, there we go. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we're coming in high and hot. That's all right. So for this maneuver, as we start kind of tinkering around with it, let's see what we can do. We start to push things down a bit. Get a little bit closer to the planet. Now we're coming in on the wrong side, so I'll hit retrograde once. Okay. Bring it back in a bit. It's putting our ascending node at 1.3, 0.8, 0.2. Okay, so that's really good. And then we want to come in a little bit more. 1.3 million kilometers. That's probably fine to get started with. And then once we get here, we can then kind of bring it in a little bit more. I guess we can spend a little bit more now since it's cheaper to get a little bit closer. There we go. 98,000. How about that? That's as close to... That's really close to a 70,000 orbit. That's really nice. So we'll do this burn. Now we still don't have... I should turn RCS off. We still don't have... my pilot, just Mikey Jr. here, does not have level 3 yet, so he doesn't have the maneuver node to track. Let's go ahead and bring this thrust limiter down a bit. 25-second burn, that's probably fine. Now we can go a little bit lower. Go down to like 13.5. That brings us to 38 seconds. All right. What about 10? 51 seconds. We should be able to get fairly close with that. All right, let me turn the ComNet off for the moment. And we can see this is our current periapsis, and we want to get it down to here. So we'll be able to track this burn. So I'm going to go ahead and point towards the maneuver node over here. Real close. And then we're going to quick save, and we're going to warp forward. Quite a ways. Okay. Yeah. So there's actually quite a few dependencies. I'll show you guys the window in a second with all the mods. I'll show you the CCAN window in a second. I want to get this burn done and get on course for our nice little periapsis here. All right, so we're 1 minute out. We're facing the right direction. SAS is on. Let's just leap forwards a bit. Okay, here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay, we can see this coming in. We're following the maneuver node. Looks good so far. Stay on target. Stay on target. Sometimes the maneuver node kind of flies away, and I'm not sure why. Here we go. Our plane change is working. Pointing in basically the right direction here. Bring it in, bring it in. Still looking good. Okay. The last few meters per second. Okay, so now the maneuver node has kind of shifted away. So I'm going to follow it. And I'm just going to feather the... We're far enough out that the few seconds difference in the time at when we burn shouldn't make a difference. So I'm just going to kind of like hit the shift key a little bit. Keep trying to track the maneuver node here. Get this periapsis in nice and close. Looking good, looking good. The new map of Kerbin's fantastic. It looks really good. Okay. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so our new arrival at Kerbin, we're a little bit inclined. We'll have to maybe fix that if we want to try to land close to the space center on the other side of the planet. But our new periapsis is 94,000 meters, so just above the atmosphere. That is fantastic. All right, in-game planetary transfer window sucks. Out-of-game website is the tits. It's very good. Okay, let me save here. I've got a ton of quick saves, right? I've got like a lot. Yeah. Okay. So do not attempt 1, we can delete. Do not transfer year 16, we can delete. Promising, we can delete. Quick save number 1, we can delete. Okay, and let's just make a persistent save on stream. All right. Now, let me go get the CCAN window and show it to you guys. Let me add a new... I want a new window capture, CCAN, and there we go. Okay. Stretch that out so it fills a lot of the screen here. Okay. So let me transition over and show you guys what this looks like. Can you see this? Is this showing on the stream? There we go. Okay, I see it. So, when you first set it up, you're going to have to point it at your instance of KSP. So you can see here down in the bottom right corner, I'm running KSP 1.12.5.3190, which is, I guess, the latest version. And you can configure it to update. You can configure it to scan the CCAN repository and gather the list of all the mods. You can configure it to check for updates and automatically download stuff and all that good stuff. And when you first load it up, it just shows kind of like everything that's available, right? So if I go to compatible here, there's currently 598 mods that are compatible with the version of the game that I'm running. So you can see there's just an amazing amount of stuff that people have built. So if we look at this, there's there's ablative air brake, AIES aerospace, whatever that is, dark multiplayer, custom pre-launch checks, custom categories, decoupler shroud, deep freeze continued, and then there's a bunch of parts stuff in here as well. So there's like galaxy stuff and colony stuff. Some of the colony stuff might be fun to work with, actually. There's space station parts, and there's a whole bunch of new parts. And if you go to N, near future, there's a bunch of near future science stuff, IVA props, solar core, electrical core. There's just an enormous amount of mods. I haven't even looked at most of them. But here's the ones that I have installed. So, BetterTimeWarpContinued, that's the one that's allowing me to adjust the time warp values. ClickThroughBlocker, I didn't choose this one specifically. It was a dependency, but I guess when you have lots of mods, they can sometimes like capture the mouse and prevent you from doing anything else. So the ClickThroughBlocker, this is a mod that kind of like fixes that problem. It has like ultra priority to release your mouse from things. DistantObject-Enhancements, visual enhancement mod that makes object realistically visible over large distances. And then I have the default config installed. Then I have the Eve mod, EnvironmentalVisualEnhancements, and I actually have the Redux version, which has better performance, and the stock configuration for planets. Harmony 2, this is a .NET library patch that is a dependency. The Kopernicus Planetary System modifier allows users to replace the planetary system used by the game. This was another dependency. ModularFlightIntegrator, this is some kind of dependency. ModuleManager is also dependency. Parallax is a tessellation shader for planetary textures. We've seen some of that already. And I got some stock planet textures and stock scatter textures for the atmospheres. We've got Planet Shine installed. And then this is a big one, Restock Plus. This kind of like remodels a lot of the stuff in the game, a lot of the parts, and fills in different sizes that kind of didn't come with the game, and adds in a bunch of stuff from the expansion. So like I have engine plates now. And then Waterfall, this is the engine plumes. So that's all the mods that I have installed. That's pretty much it. And then you just kind of like, you can install whatever you want. It kind of manages it all for you. It auto downloads and installs everything. And then when you're good to go, you just launch the game and all the mods run. So this is a great, handy little tool. Spaceman, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. Okay. So really, we have nothing left to do but warp to our periapsis here and then try to land. We've got 1,600 meters per second of delta V to work with. That's great. So I guess we'll just come over here in 163 days, and we will burn retrograde to circularize. Right? It's asking for a lot. It's asking for more than we have. Okay, why is that? Are we going too fast? Yeah, our orbital speed is 7,800 meters per second, so Yikes. What do I do about this? I guess I gotta aero brake to slow down. Huh. This is a problem. I thought we had enough. So what do I do about this, guys? I guess my speed is way too high. What do I do about this? I guess I need a higher periapsis, so I have more effect on the apo. I'm coming in way too close, right? That's the problem. Go to your space station, drop off science, try to hit 20k science. The other retrograde. To be honest, modded KSP looks much better than KSP2. I don't know about that. I just know that KSP2 is not a finished game by any... It's not even really ready for early access at the moment. All right, we need to slow down. So how am I going to do that? Where are we right now? Where's our ship? Hang on. We're over here. And we're coming in there hot. I think we need to probably do another burn right here. Retrograde to get our periapsis out. Right? So we'll just do a little bit of a burn here. Get this out a little bit further. We were too ambitious. We got way too close. So let's just push this out a bit. Nope. Ah, nuts. What did I do? Why did retrograde... Yeah, okay. Okay, so if we're at 1,000,000 meters per second and we add a maneuver here, now what can we do? Can we slow down enough to... I'm going the wrong way. There we go. For 377, we can get in. Okay. Maybe I was clicking the wrong... Was I clicking prograde instead of retrograde before? Hang on. Where are we? Was I hitting the wrong direction? Add maneuver. We're coming in... Oh, I see. We're coming in on the wrong side of the planet. Is that the problem? Is that why I got confused? We are coming in on the wrong side of the planet. Okay, now I understand what happened. Because that's prograde, but I clicked... I thought it was retrograde because I thought we were going this way. We're coming around clockwise, which is wrong. Okay, so in our current orbit... In our current position, we need to face prograde, right? And go faster by a little bit to push the periapsis through to the other side of the planet, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I think we need to push through to the other side of the planet and get going this way. Okay, so I've just barely hit shift here. Let's get ourselves over to the other side. Okay, where's that? 50,000? There we go, 80,000. Okay, so if we come here, now we're going the right way. Now if I add a maneuver, now if I pull this, this is retrograde again. And we can bring it in. Nice and cheap. There we go. Okay. That's more what I was expecting. I was like, what's going on? Why are we... Why am I shooting off into the distance here? Okay, there we go. That's a nice circular orbit for 1,000 meters per second. It's going to slow us way down. Let's do that. We can go faster than that, right? Okay. Coming in hot. All right. Let's face retrograde. Get ready for our burn here. Yeah, okay, we're good. I need to burn time 34 minutes. That's not going to cut it. Let's get this back up to 100. Okay, so it's a 3.5 minute burn here, which is nuts. Probably we don't actually want to... Well, what's the minimum we can do to get into orbit here? I don't even know. Well, we have 17 minutes. We can plan a Hohmann, an Oberth effect check here. Let's go edit this. So let's put this down to -300. That does put us in an orbit, so that's enough. All right, let's do -300. We'll do the first one here, and then we'll do a second one and a third one and slow down. It'll be more efficient that way anyway. Retro to an orbit, that'll slow you. You're burning the wrong way, the other direction. So there were some upgrades while you guys were at Duna. Oh. Just burn until you get orbit. Yeah. We'll do this. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. Let's see the planet. There's Duna. Or Kerbin. We're home. And you guys can see, although we're on the dark side, the cities are kind of lit up a little bit. You can tinker with that too. But the idea is that there's like cities down on the planet providing light in the darkness, I guess. Makes it easier to see, that's for sure. Okay, coming up on our first burn. 20 seconds out. Let's get forward a little bit more. Yeah, we got really fast speed, 3,300, so we do need to slow down. There's our lovely little plume. Can't get over the $50 and what you get for them. KSP was free when in that state. Yeah, Larry, straight trash. They sold out like everyone else does. Maybe you have to wait 10 years for that. Yeah, $50 for a buggy, incomplete game, like in early... It's not even really in beta. It's like in alpha. It's barely playable at the moment. So I do think their corporate overlords got a little bit greedy, but that's what corporate overlords do, right? Okay. And there is the first burn complete. Very nice. All right. So we're now in an orbit. Our periapsis is just above the atmosphere, and our apoapsis is at 4.8. Let's go ahead and plot another one. Let's add a maneuver here for another 300. It's going to bring us in pretty close. Let's quick save and warp ahead to that maneuver. I want to try to land as close to... We have the DV to spare. I want to try to land as close to the space center as I can. This is something I've never been good at, so I want to practice it. Larry says, I always thought KSP doesn't really leave much room for improvement. I agree. In terms of gameplay, it's fantastic. It could definitely use a new coat of paint, but if they get KSP 2 up to the point where KSP 1 is in terms of gameplay, and then add in all the extra features, then that would be worth $50 for sure. But at the moment, it's a long way from ready. This new texture for Kerbin is fantastic. I really like it. Are these clouds? Is that what's going on here? You kind of can't see the ocean. I guess when it's in sunlight, you'd be able to see it better. But KSC is on a peninsula. I guess the clouds are kind of masking it a little bit. which is interesting. It adds a little bit more challenge, right? Okay, here comes the burn in 10 seconds. I guess that's the city lights and the clouds is what that's supposed to be. Man, this Poodle engine, or no, the Terrier, man, its thrust is so low. Even with this small lander, it's really having trouble slowing us down. Very cool. All right. Coming up on the end of the second burn here. Okay. Here we go. Let's check. Periapsis is still above the atmosphere. That's very good. Let's get one more burn going to circularize, and then we'll figure out how to get to the KSC. I guess we need 2 more. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that going. Okay. Zoom forward and burn some more. Okay. So, at the very least, I'm quite confident we're going to be able to get them to land somewhere on the planet. So, these guys have made it all the way to Duna, and they did science, they landed there, they planted a flag, and they're going to get home. So, congratulations, you guys. Without orbit lines, when changing spheres of influence, it's unplayable, all guesswork. Yeah, runs around 50 SPS for me. With a 10-part rocket, yeah. What happens when you start putting together things with like 50 or 60 pieces, though? Stick a Kerbal on a lawn chair on a missile. Yeah. I do like the sense of challenge of this game, though. I do like accomplishing things. It can be really frustrating. Like yesterday, I got pretty frustrated when I couldn't make it do what I wanted to. But when you achieve something, especially for the first time, it's a really fantastic feeling. And the game is very good about giving you lots of challenges, right? There's lots of things to do. Okay, one more burn should get us circularized. Okay. Down to 73 or so. There we go. 73 and 75 is fine. Let's work forward to that. This is looking good. This is looking very good. Okay. AP should move over here in just a moment. This last one, I'm gonna just feather it down just a bit. Okay, there we go. So our final orbit is 74 and 73. That's fantastic. Now we need to align ourselves to the equator so that we have a chance to land at the KSC here. So to do that, I think I'll set the moon as the target. That gives me AN and DN nodes. And then I'm going to use a trick that Michael showed me. I'm going to do half of it at the AN and half of it at the DN to keep my orbit nice and circular. So let's pin both of these, and then we'll place the maneuver here. And we're at 17, so we want to get to 8.5. Let's go ahead and try that. Wow, this is expensive. This is really rough. We don't have the DV for it. Okay, never mind. We can't do it. We don't have enough DV to fix our inclination, so where can we, how close can we get? I guess if we wait till it's around here, that would work, right? That would be kind of good. So if instead of doing that, we come to the ascending node. Wait a minute, did I already? Yeah, instead of doing what I was going to do, let's come to the ascending node and burn retrograde. And see if we can get... Where is the KSC right now? It's over... Wait a minute, where is it? Why can't I see it? Now, it's not appearing here for some reason. There we go. Wait, it's just kind of, it's there. It's just really hidden by the atmosphere stuff. All right, well, will it rotate far enough? Who knows? Probably not. Where did it go? Where was it? Man, that is tough to see. It's down here. Activate navigation. Deactivate navigation. So it's right there. I think in order for this to work, we'd have to wait an orbit or two. We could try it. Let's see. Let's just kind of like move forward a little bit. So there it is. Yeah, we have to go around another time, I think. Maybe more than once. Yeah, you can see the clouds like moving. That's really interesting. I think one more time even would do it. Maybe even one more after that. Because we need it kind of over here-ish? No, I think this is... Alright, we're kind of close here. Alright, let's just start burning retrograde until we get a periapsis that lands us somewhere near here, I guess. Retrograde. Come on now. Get us in there. This is going to be pretty steep, but I got a good heat shield. I should be able to survive it. Maybe I should have quick saved. We're running out of delta V here. Can I pull it in? Maybe. Maybe. Guess we'll burn through the rest and see where we land. The atmosphere will slow us down quite a bit. Well, there we go. Out of fuel. Goodbye, engines. Thank you for your service. Close this up. And get ready to... We're in the atmosphere, so let's deploy the chutes and see if we land. So these are set to altitude 3,000 for the drogues, 1,510 for the parachutes. All right. Well, I think I'm going to avoid quick saving here. We're just going to see if we can do this because it's happening. Radu says, just deorbit. Spaceman says, yeah, it's getting boring. Let's hope for the best. RIP solar panels. Is permadeath still alive? That's a good question. Technically, yeah. So I think, well, this is pretty steep. We're going to see whether they survive it. Got a good heat shield here, full ablator. So good luck, guys. I put you on a pretty steep descent angle trying to hit the KSC. I don't think that's going to happen. We can actually put on, if we put on navigation and come back over here, if I hit F4, do I see it on the horizon? No, not really. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. We're not going that fast. We already slowed down quite a lot, so we should be fine. I might blow off the solar panels, which I forgot to retract. Let's retract those. In through the doors. Okay, here we go. Here we go. How about that view, huh? I think the KSC is back there. I think we flew past it. I'm pretty sure we did. Okay, we appear to have survived re-entry. Now we find out whether the parachutes work. 16,000 meters. There go the drogues. Slowing us down quite a bit. And there go the main parachutes. These actually haven't deployed yet. The drogues expand at 3,000 meters, I believe. So let's see. Looks like we're getting a little bit of morning sun here. Or evening sun. That's sunset, yeah. 7,000. We can skip forward just a little bit here. Falling into darkness. Will they survive? Okay, at 3,000, the drogue should expand. We're at 130 meters per second. Yeah, there go the drogues. Okay, very nice. And then at a little bit further forward, the main chute should expand. There we go. Falling at 6.2 meters per second. I think you guys are going to survive this. Let's warp forward a little bit. Okay. You have survived. You've returned to Kerbin. Congratulations and well done. Cool. All right, so the other thing we got to do is, I'm not sure if I want to do it or not, but I was thinking about going and getting the SSDO, getting the stop too big and just bringing it home, because it's just floating there in orbit with my best pilot. So I'm kind of irked about that. And I don't know when we're actually going to use it to refuel anything, so I was thinking about bringing that home as well. But maybe not. Are we splashing down? Is this the ocean? I can't even tell. Where are we? Yeah, ocean splashdown. All right. Recover vessel. There we go. What's next? Any missions? Yeah, interesting question. I think probably the next thing we want to do is look at the contracts. So we earned another 1,800 science here. Very nice. And our crew got a ton of experience. Holy moly, look at this. Our scientist is level 3. Mikey Jr. is a level 4 pilot. Dope. I guess going and landing on another planet and returning home gets you a lot of experience. Look at this. Level 3 engineer for Lori. Really nice. Really nice. Done. Okay. So, that's fantastic. Let's save that game. Save here. Yep, overwrite. Okay. If we look at our contracts, we don't have any. So let's go to mission control and look at our contracts. Let's look at something challenging down here. Build a new surface outpost on the moon. Plant a flag on Ike. Attach a new part to satellite in orbit of the moon. This is the one that that Mike is talking about to practice. Do something like this to practice rendezvous. So we haven't really done a surface outpost before. I mean, I guess basically you just land a ship and then just lock it in, right? Antenna, docking port, and generate power. 10 Kerbals, viewing cupola, mobile processing lab, land your outpost on the moon. I mean, this would be an interesting challenge, right? Surface outpost is useless. Radu says go to Eve. Go to Eve. Orbit or flyby only. Yeah. Okay. Go to Eve. That would be tough. We could do a flyby of Eve, maybe. Some of the texture map, not quite right. That looks like city map over there on the mountain. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on this, on whatever this is. This is part of environmental visual overhaul, I think. I would like the mountains to look like mountains, not like whatever this is. So, anyway, we do have some clouds and stuff, and in general, the mods are pretty nice. Let me show you guys all the parts that I have. So, in the command pods, we've got these new re-entry modules. These are heat-shielded kind of circles and stuff. We've got a bunch of changes to the way fuel tanks work and some new ones as well. So, like, if I pull out the... Where's the Kerbodyne? I don't think I have that unlocked on this save. But, like, if I pull out the... Yeah, the Kerbodyne, right? There's the defaults. You get those two. But if you go down to... like this... The mod adds a bunch of new features. So, like, you can go bare metal... all white, or like bricks almost, I guess, is if you're doing like an outpost on the moon or something. Tons of engine revamps and stuff, and a few new ones. So we got like the Schnauzer here, the Caravel, the Galleon. These are all kind of newly introduced ones from the mod. That's the Restock Plus. They've added a bunch of new RCS, an extra large... no, we already had the large reaction wheel. What else did they add? There's a bunch of structural pieces. There's more adapters. More sizes for the couplers and stack separators. We've got more kind of sizes of the fairings. There's plenty of ground stuff that they've added in. Larger size thermal stuff. Oh, I know what I want to show you. There's one really cool thing. There is the... Do I have it on this? There was a side-mounted reaction wheel on one thing. The small radial gyroscope. Yeah, so let me show you this. Let's grab just a tank here. So this is a radial gyroscope. This is a reaction wheel that can be mounted radially. And it's very energy efficient, too. So what you can do is you throw 4 of these on the side of your tank, like around the center of mass, and you have much better kind of gyroscope control for SAS at a lower electricity cost. You kind of throw a couple of these on in a couple different places. It's a little bit easier to slot in some cases than the reaction wheels. Well, they are reaction wheels. They're just radially mounted. What else have we got? They revamped a lot of the science stuff. So look at the thermometer here. It's a much better model, I think, than what we had before. This thing, they all kind of like look better now. And then they came up with there's the barometer. These all look much better. And then they have a new thing for the goo canister as well. Where did that go? They have the Radial Science Junior. So rather than the thing we had before, you can kind of side mount it now. And there's the material study, which I think is amazing. So cool. And then they have a Mystery Goo Inline Containment Unit. Yeah, they've got this. Let's throw this up there. So if we deploy that, we have a Mystery Goo inside an inline kind of canister instead of the little pillbox that we had before. So the science stuff got a bunch of cool stuff. And yeah, anyway. So this is all really cool. I really quite like this mod, the Restock Plus. I recommend this one for sure. Let's see. What's the name of that mod? You know, everything big or whatever, only 1 point each, small mod for contracts. Rep is 5x his, and I blow through those contracts. Rep means nothing, really. Ian Pandalea, welcome to the channel. Okay, you guys wanted to go to Eve? Do I have a ship that can get to Eve? What do we have? Not really. I don't have a ship, really. Well, let's build one real quick. So if we're going to go to Eve, we're going to want to do some science, right? Science in the atmosphere, I guess. Let's put... What was this? The Science Junior. Mystery Goo Inline Containment Unit. Let's get the Science Junior. Close that up. And then we'll put, what do we want to put on top? Aerodynamics, right? Some kind of cone. I need a medium-sized one. Is that this? There we go. Science Junior. Let's throw on some more science here, I guess. We'll do... Well, we can do a service bay. We can do a service bay, so let's get a payload. Where's the service bay? Payload, here we go. Service bay, 2.5 meter. Let's crack that open. Let's get this let's get some weight in there with the battery. We want to lower our center of mass. We don't want it quite that high. Is this the one? This is the 2500. Yeah, we want this one. Okay. Excuse me. We're definitely going to need a powerful antenna on this, because we got to get all the way home to the KSC. Well, we don't really, because we're going to have a crew. But let's throw some more science in here. What do we want? Surface scanning model. What do we want? Want a barometer for sure. Actually, let's put a strut in here. Let's get the... What do we want? This one? No, that's too big. This thing? Yeah, there we go. We can slide a bunch of stuff onto this. So science, let's get a thermometer. How much is that? 0.005. We're not going to be in the atmosphere. We're not going to be on the surface. This thing, I think, works in orbit, I think. That's fine, we can get that thing. What else? The mystery goo, the barometer we want. The barometer is 0.005, that's more. What is this? Surface scanning module. I guess we just want mystery goo now. Yeah, fine. Whatever. Let's just throw this in here. It's kind of radial mounts, right? So we can we throw it on top of the battery, or is it not gonna... Guess we can put this here. like that. Is that relatively centered? Sure, that kind of works. Let's see. What else do we want to do, guys? We need solar panels, I guess. Let's close this up and get some solar panels on there. We can just use standard ones, I think. We don't need anything super fancy here. That should be enough, one way or the other. We probably do want an antenna for communication. What do we have that's good? The DTSM1. That's got 2 gigs, 15 gigs. What do we have that's better? 15 gigs. What are the differences between these? 1200, 999. Let's grab this one. Let's see what this looks like. If we pop this on here like this, then do we extend it? Is that what happens? Oh, let's remove from symmetry. We probably only need one. What does this look like extended? Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay, let's retract that. We can launch like that. Okay, so here's science and payload power, solar panels, communications. Can fit 3 Kerbals in here. We need a heat shield for re-entry, right? When we come home. That's too big. There we go. Then a decoupler, and then engines. Makes you spend more science, just to point that out. Hopefully they made things more expensive. Open the Science Junior and take a look inside. Sure, we can take another look. There's some cool stuff in here. So we've got some crystals, there's a little plant, some colors, I guess like rouges or blushes or something. A little octopus, a sandwich, some test tubes, an iPod, and some kind of like glowy rock. Lots of materials. It's pretty nifty. Okay, am I forgetting anything on this? This piece is fine, right? So we're going to need a get home module. So let's put a tank on here and a going home engine. Let's see, what do we want? Did I put the decoupler on? I did not. Let me get the decoupler. We need the TD25, I believe. Yeah, there we go. And then we can throw a Rockomax. That'll be fine. So we'll just throw an engine on there. This one can be efficient. We can use like the Terrier or something. Although I'm not a super huge fan of the Terrier. We'll use the Poodle. That's got 350 in a vacuum and 64. Where is the Terrier? What does that have in comparison? The Corgi. Oh, wait a minute. This looks interesting. 355 in a vacuum with 200 kilonewtons of thrust. Maybe we want a Corgi here. Although it's too big. That stinks. Alright, so... Rhino, Corgi... Where's the Terrier? Terrier has 345, but only 14 kilonewtons of thrust. So that's no good. Let's go with the Poodle. Was it the Poodle? 350 in a vacuum, 64. That's probably going to be fine for us. Let's use the Poodle here. Let's see. I don't know why it did that. There we go. Okay. So, in a vacuum, it's going to have 3,500 dV of thrust. That's fine. And it's got a TWR of 1.03. Okay. So this is our return vehicle. Now we need a transfer vehicle that takes us to Eve. Call this the First Woman 1. So we need another stack separator or a decoupler, I suppose. 25, right? Like this. And then down here, we need something that's going to get us where we're going with a lot of thrust on it, because we're going to need a lot of fuel. So let's grab some more fuel tanks here. Something like this. And then we are going to need, in our center of mass, which is going to be pulled down, we're going to need some command and control here. Where's the... Get like 2 of those going. And then we put an engine on, right? So for this, we need something a little stronger than the Poodle. So that's 350 with 64. What do we have that was... Well, wait a minute. No, I was looking at this one, the Corgi. This has 200 and 355. So if we put an adapter on, structural, that's too small. That's the Rockomax brand adapter. Can I just stick this engine on anyway, even though it's kind of the wrong size? The Corgi. Like that? That's gonna have 3,000 in a vacuum. Is that enough? Is it too much? It's got too much mass, right? This thing is heavy. It's probably heavy AF. Yeah, it's 5 tons. So really, what I want to get is the super big adapter and switch out to the heavy rocket stuff, right? Let's go by size here. That's the big one. Now, where's the adapter for that? We need a Kerbo Durbodyne brand adapter, is what we need. That pod is wild. KSP2 should call it early access. Clickbait. All the doggy engines. That's no Corgi. First woman one. Yeah, we're going to Eve. It's damn Mastiff. Use fuel tank adapter. There's 2 Corgis. Is the other variant smaller? Where'd the Corgi go? I rearranged it, and now it's all... Here we go. I guess the other variant is smaller. That's interesting. But I need more fuel anyway, because look, it doesn't have enough... Like, it didn't have enough... when I just had the Rockomax tanks, it really didn't have enough. I guess I could make it taller. Yeah, see, I want to use one of these, but how do I adapt it? Kerbodyne ADTP2. So that's in fuel tanks. Okay. Oh, this actually contains fuel as well. Okay. This is good. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So we throw the Corgi on that. Then we're talking, right? Although we're probably not going to have enough TWR to get off the planet without some boosters. So yeah, that's got 4,500 meters of thrust. That's really good. So if we use some boosters to get past its crappy TWR, this is going to be a good transfer stage for us. Okay, so now we need some boosters. Let's save this. We do need some reaction wheels, though. Now, I'm not sure what to do about this because the largest reaction wheel is small. It's smaller. So I guess this would be where I use the side-mounted ones. Small radial gyroscope. 2.5 torque compared to the large has 30. Okay. So 10 of these gets us close to one of those, I guess. Let's go nuts with these. Let's try it. So there's 8. And there's 16. And there's 24. There we go. Right around the center of mass. That should work, right? I don't know, maybe. Maybe it works. All right, let's get some serious boosters going now. 16 of them, wrap 8 and 8. Or RCS, LOL, hell yeah. All right, let's get some decouplers going, and then I think we want the really good ones. Hydraulic detachment manifold, radial decoupler. Is this the one we want? We probably need 6 boosters here. It's gonna be expensive ship. Let's do something like that, and let's get the good guys. So we want to limit this to booster. Let's do that. What do we got? We've got the Clydesdale, 3,000 kilonewtons, 11, 500, 15, 2,000. I think the Clydesdale is the strongest one that I have. Yeah, okay. Let's get some Clydesdales on here. Okay. So, these are going to get us out of here. 1.95. Do they have any gimbaling? They have a little bit of gimbaling. So maybe 6 is too many. Maybe we go down to 4 here. And then we fire the main engine at the same time so we have more control. I don't know. This will get us up nice and high, and then we can correct. Let's just try this. Sure, let's use the big bada boom. I need nose cones, please. No, not you. Oh, I need to get rid of this. And go to aerodynamics. Okay. Here's the fancy one. There we go. Those look cool. Okay. I guess that's all right. Should we put some Separatrons on so we have a cool effect like that? Let's do that. Let's get the Separatrons. Where are they? That's too high. There we go. Is that facing the wrong way? That's facing the wrong way. Okay. That looks good. All right, so we start with the engines, then all of the... Wait a minute. No, these go together. With the separators. Come on. Come on. Give me what I want. Okay, so the solid rockets fire. Then we do the separators and the separatrons to boost everything, blast everything away from the ship so it doesn't crash into the engines. And we ignite our main engine. Then when we're ready to come home, we use that, this, there we go. 10,900 meters per second. Okay. What am I missing? I need wings, probably. I probably need a lot of wings here. Let's get some, what do we want? Where's the winglet? AVT1 winglet. There we go. Okay. Let's get you on there. Nice, and that looks good. Okay. Okay, I think this is it, guys. We've got, let's see. We've got solar panels for power. We've got a battery. We've got our antenna. We've got some science instruments. We've got stages to go. We've got aerodynamics. What am I missing anything? Electrical, thermal, ground. payload, coupling. I think we're good here. It's a lot of drag. Onion staging, fuel nose cones, lift with only boosters. Is that really enough thrust? Banana peel effect, that's gonna take off like a rocket. Do one booster first, then you have mirror symmetry. Okay. You know what we can do? This TWR is pretty high. If we take 2 of them out and move them to another stage so they fire a little bit later. I mean, it would be a pain in the butt to set up the staging, but we could do that. I think we just try this, you guys. I think we just try it. Let's crew it up. All right, so our most accomplished pilot right now is Mikey Jr. with 4 stars. He's got stability assist, prograde and retrograde, radial and normal. He's got maneuver hold. He's got target tracking and full vessel control without combat access. So Mikey Jr., you are definitely coming along on the ride here. Who else wants to come? Let's see. Don't wing it. 1.9 is great. Get boosted. So, in terms of folks in the chat here, Spaceman did not get to come on the last mission. Is he still around? He or she? Well, I mean, Lori and Radu are both here. They're both contributing, so I guess we'll throw Lori and Radu in. So the guys who just got, everyone who just came back from Duna is like, I'm ready to go to Eve. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Let's get our cargo set. So I forget who's who. Who's the scientist? Lori's the engineer. Radu's the scientist. All right. So Radu gets a Ava experiment kit. Lori gets a repair kit, and Mikey's the only one who gets a parachute. And just in case, we'll throw a little extra mono in there. Okay. Let's save this. The first woman one is going to Eve. Oh, we do need one more thing in the build menu here. We need some stability enhancers. So let's get those going. Pop those down in the first. Okay, so boosters, then separatrons and main engine, and then, okay, so we're good to go. Let's launch. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to figure out our launch window. So hold on, let's switch back to the other, website here and figure that out. Okay, so we are going from Kerbin, and we'll say our initial orbit is, I don't know, 100 kilometers. And we're going to Eve. Let's see. And our current date in game is, hang on, I'm checking. Larry, why is it called the first woman? Because we're going to Eve. Eve, like Adam and Eve from the story, from the Bible. We are at year 19, day 62. Huh. Something crazy just happened. So I'll show you that in a second. Year 19, day 62. Year 19, day 62. Transfer type, mid-course plane change. Fine, okay. So, then we can get to year 19, day 394. Our ejection burn would be 1,000. I don't know, whatever. Insertion 15. Total DV 26, and we've got, what, like 5,000 to spare? So we should, it should be fine. All right, so we have a rough idea. Year 19, day 394. Let me come back to the game now. Year 19, day 394. Let me get that set up. Year 19, day 394. Hello, loading screen. So, year 19, day 394. Something like 330 days? 392. Okay. Let's add that alarm. Now, I want to show you guys what happened. I took this to the launch pad to see what it would do. and it fell apart. Let's see. We've still got our crew in here. We've still got our correct stuff. Yeah, so when I went to the launch pad, this happened. Watch. Ion Pandelia, welcome back. So I don't quite know why, but everything fell over and exploded. So I didn't do my auto struts, but even so, it feels like, are these not connected correctly to the... See, they feel like they're connected. But they're just falling apart. I don't know why. Hydraulic detachment manifold. Maybe the gyroscopes are the problem? I don't know. Whatever. Let's auto strut it and see what happens. Let's auto strut everything. All right, let's try that. Is our cargo right, or did it get reset? No, see, I don't know why it does this, but it resets the cargo. All right, Radu's the scientist. Lori's the engineer. All right. Strut it. Yeah, we got to strut it. Let's see if it works this time. Okay, this all appears to have worked. So, now we need to wait for our transfer window. So here we go. Let's go to the tracking station here. I've never been to Eve, so this is going to be a first for me. Let's go to the tracking station. Zoom out a bit. Zoom out quite a ways here. Focus on the sun. What do we have? Heavy lifter orbiting Duna. We'll probably delete this, right? This was just a fuel transfer. I'll come back and do that later. Oh, the Eve menu is available here. Let's see. This should be ship, lander station, probe, rover base, debris, plane, relay. Okay, I guess it's a ship. All right, let's wait. Warp next. Time warp 1,000,000. Love that. So much faster. All right, so there's Eve right there. That's where we're going. Looks like it's a little bit behind us. Okay, this looks good. I'm guessing that's fine. What are these? Rendezvous, station, docking maneuver, return home from the surface of Duna. Okay, cool. What happened to our alarm here? We're 3 minutes out. Okay. Get rid of that. All right. So now we're going to stand by to launch. This has been standing by to launch for like a year, almost a year. Don't delete the fueler. It could help later. I don't think there's any fuel in it. We'll have to check. But I think we emptied it out. But you might be right. Why delete a useful object? Yeah, I guess you guys are right. Yeah. Okay, quick save. Here we go. And actually, I'm going to save this to the stream. And let's see what happens when we launch. Wish me luck. 1.95 TWR. We're going straight up. Here we go. Where's my engine sounds? For some reason, I don't have engine sounds right now. Not sure why. Well, all right, let's try to burn. Let's try to turn. Oh, I'm turning the wrong way. I don't know why, but I don't have any engine sound. It looks great, but I have no engine sounds. This is shockingly maneuverable, I have to say. I can hear the atmosphere. We're going way, way high here. I have no ability to stop this from firing right now. They're solid fuel boosters. Best I can do is turn it sideways. Okay, there we go. Ready for the separation? How about that? Pretty nice, right? Okay. Let's stay on prograde here. Oh, it's having some trouble orienting itself. Even with this ring of stuff. Sluggish. So our apoapsis is out at 237. That's nuts. The boosters pushed us way out. Farewell, Kerbin. We're going to Eve. Got 8,000 meters per second of DV. That should be enough, right? Right? Let's, where's our cool Communitron thing? Is that over here? Here it is. Extend antenna. There we go. Can't really see it. There it is. Okay. So that's open. Let's jump forward and circularize a bit. You need the height, don't trip. Nice AP already. Okay. Oops, I might have gone a little bit too far there. Well, we're still close to the AP. I just went a few seconds past it. As soon as we get onto prograde here, I'll burn to circularize. I'm not sure why I'm not getting any, what's going on with my engine sounds? Why do I not have any engine audio? Spacecraft. For whatever reason, I'm not getting any sound here. I don't know what I could do about that. Yeah, we are pretty high up. Is it just really faint? Is that what's going on? So yesterday I was only hearing sound in my right ear and nothing in my left, and now I'm not hearing any engine sounds at all. So I don't know what's going on with the game. I might have to reload it, but I guess that's not the worst thing ever. The plume, it looks great. I'm just not hearing any audio. So satisfying. You're running stealth mode. Larry, I am not landing this on Eve. No, we're just going for an orbit. Save, exit, restart. Do you guys not think we can get an orbit? Because Michael says flyby. We have 8,000 meters, though. I feel like we should be able to get an orbit. We definitely can't land. I know it's heavier than Kerbin, so it's next to impossible to take off from. I gotta pay attention here. Why am I not tracking prograde? I gotta pay attention here and make sure that I circularize this. There's Kerbin below us. At this height, you see the textures repeating a little bit. But that's okay. Come on now. Keep going. Let's get her up there. I guess technically we don't need to circularize. We just need to get a periapsis to 70. Then we can go out to AP and circularize there. Just need to get this over 70, and then we're good. Okay, there we go. Now, let's come out to AP, add a maneuver here, burn prograde a bit. Get that up around 440. So we're close. There we go. That looks good. Starting to push out the AP a bit. So we'll do that much, and then we'll move forward and fix it. Okay. Let's go there. You can definitely land that thing on Gilly. Yeah, the sound bug usually goes away after restart. I say restart the game. I want to hear what this bad boy sounds like. Okay, fair enough. If you guys are willing to wait, I will save the game here. Let's save stream. And let's try restarting the game. Bob Schwann, welcome back to the channel. We are going to Eve, my friend. Oh, you've been here for a while. Sorry, I'm not sure I noticed you. One thing about loading all the mods that's interesting is you get all this loading screen art that I haven't seen before. It's kind of nice. Okay, there we go. And you saw the Kerbin stuff pop in there from the default. Let's go ahead and resume. Okay. Let's see if we can get to Eve. Cover some of this debris. Guess that's one benefit of going straight up is that all the debris comes straight down. Okay, let's go fly our ship. Maneuver in 50 seconds because we did our quick save right before the maneuver. Okay, this might be super loud, you guys. Be aware. Let's face prograde. Or even our maneuver node. This might be really loud because I turned the audio up to like 100. And we're there just in time. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now we got some sound. How is that for you guys? Going to Eve while Adam's at work. We have apples. Yeah. Exactly. Is that super loud for you? Or is it just about right? Like, can you hear my voice over it? Is it drowning out everything? How is it? It's good? Okay, I guess we'll just leave it there then. Look at it twisting. That's weird. I'm trying to maintain. Wow, yeah, it seems like it's not super stable here. These little guys here, I think there's too many of them and they're kind of having trouble. Like interacting correctly, or I balanced them wrong or something. Did you see it like twisting around during the burn? That's worrying. I could turn some of them off, I guess. They're kind of like, I wonder if they're fighting each other, or if they're just having trouble with all this mass. All right, well, regardless, we need to go to Eve. So, we need to go. There's our target. Let's check our ANDN. How is that looking? Or I guess we don't have it here. But we need to go against the line of Kerbin's orbit here. So if I check my little page, my little web page, it says my ejection dB should be 1,053 meters per second. So let's do that. 1,053. Where are we? We're up there. Do something like this. 1,053. And then we'll tweak the timing until it's pointed in the right direction. There we go. That's close, right? That's a little bit off. Let's bring this down like this. There we go. Okay. That's basically as good as I can get it. Let's see what that buys us. So we're going to be going this way. There's our target. So we're trying to get an intersection or an encounter with Eve. So now we're kind of going to start tweaking this a little bit. I'm surprised I don't see a closest approach. Maybe we do like a mid-course correction burn here at the AN. Add maneuver. Let's pin that so I can see what I'm doing. And let's push this up a bit. I want to go up or down? I want to go down. A little bit more. Okay, we're getting close. There's zeros. Okay. So now we have a closest approach. Let's start tweaking our... I guess our... Do we want to tweak our correction burn or... Yeah, let's do the mid-course correction here. So if I go retrograde, we start getting farther away. Okay, let me push this up a bit. 1, 2... Is this what I want to be doing? I'm not sure this is right. What are we looking at here? I'm not sure that's right. Let's get rid of that, and let's go back to maneuver 1. And let's see if we can get this closer here with a little bit of tweaking. So let's go to 1 meter per second and just see what doing things does here. So right now it's at 925. That's going to bring it in further. 800,000. Here we go. This is working. Closest approach is down to 250,000. Oh, there's the encounter. It's a 2-year journey to get there. But that's 11,000. All right. Where's the descending node? Negative 0.2. You pop that up a bit. Or pop that down a bit. Closest approach, 10,000 meters, 800. 10,700. Yeah, right around there is about the best I can do. Okay, so we've got our encounter 2 years from now. Does this seem right to you guys? Audio is good. That's good. Everybody's going to enjoy it. Ever since you tweaked OBS audio, you're golden. My neighborhood loves the sound. Could you use lower power burns? Eve has apples too. I love American Pie. Just tell your mom you ate it all. Eugene Levy is a beast. All his work is gold. I agree with that. That group, that Christopher Guest movie group, him and Kathleen O'Hara are great together, but all those movies are fantastic. Waiting for Guffman and the dog show one, I forget what it's called, and yeah, they're great. Okay, so we've got our closest approach to Eve. Does a 2-year journey sound right? Or wait, no, this is 1 year, 56 days. Does that sound right to you guys? Do not disturb. Okay. So yeah, about a year and 56 days. I don't know. Is that right? Arrival year 20, day 158. No, see, they're saying, well, I've changed a bunch of things. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand how to set these up right, because what we're actually looking at is that's another 660 DV on top of 990 to start. So that's like 1550 to get there. Does that sound good or bad? I can't tell. Just do it. That's about right. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, guys. In that case, we're going to face prograde, or I guess face maneuver. And we're going to zoom forward 35 minutes and do our first burn here. From the dark side of the planet. Or maybe, no, from the light side. Okay. Farewell, Kerbin. I don't know how it's going to handle this burn. I don't know if it's going to maintain it, if it's going to be able to stay stable. Because it's like wobbling a lot when I'm burning. We'll see. Auto strut heaviest part, auto strut heaviest part. Let's auto strut everything else. Is this auto strutted? Sure. Okay. What about these guys? Do I have to do these one at a time? There we go. All right, so everything's strutted. I can't strut anything more. Let's burn. Oh, there we go. That sound, that audio is nice. It's a long burn, you guys. It's 2 minutes of burning here. Reduce power for stability, drop some power. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, I think it doesn't seem to be wobbling quite as much. It's rotating a bit. Yeah, it's like wobbling around the rotation angle, but it's not too bad. If I need to, I could drop power. Add guidelines next time, support struts. Charge, say, 1430. Okay. So 1550 is not bad. I don't know why it's like twisting like this. It doesn't seem like a thing that should be happening unless all of these are fighting each other. There may be just too many of them. Because I put 24 of these on, right? So maybe there's just too many of them. It's okay. It's not that bad. I think the strutting helped. It's just got a little bit of a gyration going on it. A little bit of a twist. Let's check. Where are we going now? We're trying to get our blue line onto the purple line? Yeah. I think we're trying to get this blue line onto this purple line. I know it's hard to see. Focus. Close. There it is. There's our yellow line. We want it to come in on this purple line here. I think. Yeah. Not bad. 5.3 meters per second, not bad. Tweak that up to exact. Okay, first maneuver done. Almost done. Done, okay. Let's warp to the second maneuver. Farewell, Kerbin, wherever you went. I can't even see it anymore. It left so quickly. Okay. Face the maneuver, please. So this is our plane change, and should get us our intercept. Our encounter, rather. Lower the gimbal of the engine. See if you can't shut off a few gyro turns. Gyro turds. We could lower the gimbal of the engine. That's kind of a good idea. Let's pull that down to halfway and see what that does during this burn. Does that make things better? Okay, so we're facing our maneuver. Are we twisting right now? No, we're not twisting right now. I don't think. All right. Here comes the next burn. This is going to take us all the way to our encounter. Let's see if it works. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what? I think that may have helped. I think the idea to lower the gimbaling may have helped, Larry. I don't see it twisting the same way. Yeah, no, it's much stabler. It's much more stable. All right, that was the answer. Really nice work. Man, I'm so glad I have you guys in the chat sometimes. Well, all the time, but that's a really nice tip. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Props to Larry. That's why Lori's on this mission. Okay, let's see if we have our encounter. We do have our encounter. Look at this. Fantastic. Where's Eve? Focus view. Okay. So we are coming in. I think we're coming in around the wrong way, right? If that's our escape, we're coming in this way, then we'd be going clockwise. So we need to fix that. There's Gilly. But we want to get into orbit around Eve. So let's set up another mid-course correction here, or I guess one that's a little bit closer. So what are we on? We're on this blue thing, right? What's the purple thing? The sun apoapsis, because we're going to escape. Yeah, that's why. So the blue line comes around here, goes flying past Eve. We have our encounter, but then we escape it. And then we're on this purple line orbiting the sun. Or, not the sun, Kerbal. So before we actually reach Eve, maybe somewhere around like here, we'll add another maneuver. And this one, we want to get ourselves coming in on the other side and then get ourselves into an orbit. We got Gilly to worry about too. We might have an encounter there. But let's see what we need to do here. So I guess we'll start with a little prograde and see what that does. Is that moving us closer? So a little bit of prograde moves us closer slowly. But we're already spending like a couple hundred. So let's reset that. And try radial in, radial out maybe? Oh yeah, that's a much bigger... There we go. Okay. Much better value for money there. Let's take that down a bit. Now, I'm not sure what we know about Eve. I know it has an atmosphere, so we probably don't want to get too close. Eve periapsis, 1,800 kilometers, a million meters. It's heavier than Kerbin, right? Probably 100 km is fine. Let's take this down a notch. So that's 700 kilometers, right? What do you guys think? 100 kilometers? Is that about where I want to be? There's 102,000 meters, 102 kilometers. That's probably a good periapsis for this planet we've never been at. So let's do that. And that's just 42 meters, 42.3 meters per second of delta V. All right. We're getting close, you guys. We're getting close. How's all our stuff? Our charge is fine, so we're good on solar panels. All right. Let's quick save, and then let's warp forward to our next maneuver. So here we are, moving forward, getting closer and closer to Eve, approaching it, going a little bit faster, so we're catching up. And then we arrive at the maneuver node. Oh, we actually, looks like we're actually crossing paths with it. Now we're inside its orbit, or... Wait, what? I guess we crossed inside it somehow? Whatever. I'm not worried. Sometimes we don't shut up about the Kerbals you kill. It's hot, the boss of planets. We're all going to die. Atmosphere's 90? Okay, well, I picked 100, so that's good. We need a kind of very gentle burn here, with only 4 seconds at a full throttle. All right, so let's see. Let's watch this periapsis come in and turn into that, hopefully. That's the plan. Burning in 15 seconds. This is going to happen very quickly, so I'm going to probably boost for 3 and then shut it off. And then feather it. Here we go. All right, that gets us 149. Do I want to try to get a little bit closer? There we go, 98. Okay. 98. And then if we add a maneuver here and burn retrograde, we can circularize. Well, no, I don't want to circularize. That's too expensive. I just want to get into an orbit. There we go. That's an orbit. That's an orbit of Eve, you guys. We're going to get there. Let's go to the ship view. Where is the ship? Are we too far out? We're too far out. Okay. So I'm facing retrograde, which means the planet should be ahead of us in that, roughly that direction. Let's quick save here, and let's warp forward to the next maneuver, which should give us a view of the planet here. Coming in hot. Where are you, Eve? There it is. There it is. Wow. That happened fast. Okay. Wow, look at this. We made it to Eve. Fantastic. So cool. It's got land masses and everything, huh? There we go. Eve. All right, we're facing retrograde. Well, I guess we'll just face the maneuver node. 40 seconds. We're going to burn for 29, and then we'll be in orbit around Eve. How about that? With 5,500 meters per second of DV. So we're going to have what? 5,300 left to get home? That's fantastic. We might even be able to land on Gilly and go home. Maybe. This has 2,000 left, and then 3,500 in the landing thing. Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, here comes the burn to orbit, the insertion burn. That's really nice. That's cool. Look at this purple planet, guys. We are in an orbit. We are in orbit of Eve. Very nice. Good recommendation, guys. Thank you. First time I've ever been here. All right, let's speed things up a little bit here. Head over to the light side of the planet. Where did the planet go? There it is. Okay. Check that out. So cool. All right. And we even have a signal to the KSC. Impressive. Okay. As long as we have relatives left. Yeah, there's always another curveball, right? If these guys die. Crazy part count for a lander here. It's got a pink ocean. Check science reports, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Do that juicy science. Yeah, so probably we want to get to periapsis to do the science. What I was hoping to do was do it when the light was on there. So can we get to a point... I'll quick save here, and let's just see if we can get to a point where our periapsis is on the light side. We might have to travel around a bit to get that to happen. It's going away now, but it's going to come around again. What is our period? 24 days? Yeah, so we're traveling further and further away from our home. We're losing our signal strength, too. You can see it happening. That's interesting. You can see it falling as the orbital dynamics change. We get further and further away. Okay, so we've got some light now. Let's get down to periapsis. Are we orbiting the wrong way? Yeah, we're orbiting... I messed up again. We're orbiting clockwise, but whatever. Okay. Okay, here we are at periapsis. Is that our shadow? Wow, we're not that far up. We're only 99 kilometers, huh? 100,000 kilometers. Okay, let's do some science. Okay, let's aim over here so we can see what we're doing. Let's open this up. Do we have anything in here sciencey? Yeah, we have a bunch of sciencey stuff in here. Okay. So let's observe the mystery goo. Or, well, let's do this in order. So let's first get a crew report. You can't help but notice how incredibly purple the planet is. The shiny oceans are mesmerizing. And we could transmit this home. And then do we take it again? I don't quite know how that works. This would take a while, though, right? I mean, we have a crappy connection. Whatever, I'll just keep the experiment for now. Mystery goo. The goo takes on a purple coloration. Is it just the lighting, or did it change color? So we could transmit this for 30%, repeat the experiment, and then have our scientist reset the thing in an AVA. Let's just keep the experiment for now. What else have we got? We have the thermometer. Boring. Okay, what else we got? We've got the barometer. Same thing we've seen a bunch of times before. I should have put like a dome light in here. Or a stronger one, I guess, so I could see things. We have the graviometer, I think, on the other side. What's this? The GravMax. Just above Eve's Midlands, the sensor records slight variance in gravity as you pass over a massive crater site. Okay. There was one other thing that I stuck in here, I think. No, we just did those three. We did the gravioli, the pressure, the log, and the goo canister. Okay, so all that's left is an AVA. So, Radu, out you go. AVA reports. And let's let go. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch what happens when he does this. Hold on. Okay, so here's his perform AVA science. So he spins this nut, which he stole from the ship, and he goes spinning around. Yeah, more surprising is that our spacecraft seems to still be operating nominally while missing this part. So they kind of go spinning around in it's the reverse space effect. I forget what it's called. Oh, did you see it flip? So we can stabilize him with his RCS and get him back into the ship. Very cool. Man, this game is amazing. Love this game. Okay, back on board. That's pretty much it for science. And we've got a bunch of stuff now, so that's cool. And now the question is, what's next? I guess we go to Gilly, right? But guys, that is going to have to wait. I'm going to take a break here. Thank you all for being here. Larry, Bob, Michael, Pandian was here. Let's see, who else? There was some other folks here as well. Radu was definitely here. Larry, I mentioned. Not sure. Ion Pandalea was a new visitor. A bunch of folks. Anyway, I'm glad you were all here for this. We got everybody home. We tried out our new mods, and we got to Eve for the first time, so that was amazing. Flyby of Eve, Orbit of Eve, Spacewalk in Orbit. Very nice. Very cool. But guys, I am going on vacation tomorrow, very early in the morning, and I'm going to be gone for a week, so there will be no streams for a week, unfortunately. I do have a new series. I don't know if you guys have ever played. There's a mod for Portal 2 called Portal Reloaded, which came out in August of 2021. So for the next week and a half at 8:30, when I normally would have been streaming, I'm going to be releasing episodes of my playthrough of Portal Reloaded. So there's a little bit of a puzzle challenge, kind of can I get through each test chamber kind of a thing. Shorter episodes, half an hour, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of comfort when I'm on vacation and not streaming. But when I do get back from vacation, we'll resume right here where we left off, and we'll probably go land on Gilly and then see if we can take all that sweet, sweet science home. So Mikey Jr., Lori, and Radu, distant cousins in the Kerman universe, and the surviving relatives of several dead Kerbonauts will continue their adventures in space, go to Gilly, do some science, and then try to go home. That's the goal anyway. But that's going to be it for today, so thank you all for being here again. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you live in a week and a half, something like that. Take care, everybody.